Well, hello there.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good. I'm feeling refreshed today. It's nice in New York. How is it in San Francisco?
It's the same. It's
Okay.
very Groundhog's Day. It's probably gonna hit like 60, cloudy. It might rain.
So the other day it was like 48 degrees. And I'm like, this is ridiculous. Anywho, I mean, spring is coming. Spring is a coming.
It's April 21st. It should already be here. It's late.
Right. But yes, I cannot believe we got shot out by Carlos King. We got shot out by Monique. All because of my Carlos King impression.
It,
Apparently, he liked it, and he's a good sport.
it's so spot on.
I don't even think I could repeat, like, redo it, because
Girl!
girl, Ebony, NeNe Leakes, NeNe Leakes, y'all. I can't do it. I'm Carlos King.
Producer of The Real Housewives of Atlanta.
I'm the king of reality TV, y'all. I tried.
He is definitely getting his kingdom together. His podcast is, if you can get past the sound of his voice, somewhat interesting.
Yeah, it's only 30 minutes, thank God. It's not a full hour.
Yeah, that's true.
I can take nails on the chalkboard for so long, before I have to be like, I can't do this.
Giselle and Rob's podcast is still an hour an episode, and it just amazes me how they have nothing to talk about.
What do they talk about though?
I don't know. I listened to the episode, I reviewed the episode, I couldn't tell you what their show was about. It really should be called Irrelevant Tangents.
Irrelevant Tangents by the Green Eye Bandits.
Yes.
Well, speaking of more important news in Potomac, I mean, I'm sure you've heard, we both talked about it. Like Ashley and Michael Darby are officially separated and headed for divorce, most likely.
I mean, Ashley shows us how to gold dig. She showed us basic gold digging levels 101 through 506 because she just got a master's in it, not her PhD. You see, if she had her PhD, she'd be getting widow money. However, they have got it clean. She got her babies, and now she's getting out with secured payments eternally, in perpetuity. And I bet you she was smart enough to make sure he holds on to at least $500,000 in life insurance.
She was very smart about it. Like, she talked about the prenup on camera. They said the timestamps was 2017 when she talked about it. And she was just like, well, we need to renegotiate this prenup. And if I stay 5 more years, I get more money. And 2022 comes, and I'm just like, damn, like she didn't waste no time.
And she had 2 kids, not just 1, 2.
And she was the one, asking him for the babies because I don't think he initially wanted any more children.
Well, now he's got them, and he's got to pay for them, just like Sherry Shepherd.
But I heard that the separation was mutual. So maybe this gives them a chance to both live their lives how they really want to. Like Ashley can finally date
be with the
chef.
be with that chef, and Juan and Michael can be together.
Well, I just think Michael want him a nice black man to frolic with in his bedroom. Wasn't the camera guy black with who had the whole bussy grabbing incident?
Mm-hmm.
Like Michael loves himself a black man, much like Andy Cohen. Just saying, it's fact. It's not a legend, it's a fact. This has now made Real Housewives of Potomac season 7 a must-see. And someone called it out. Like my friend said that Ashley has really been the focal point of Potomac for 4 seasons. Like her drama has really carried the show. A lot of people talk about Karen and Giselle, but Ashley was super messy season 1 and 2. Mm-hmm. Like Robin almost knocked her out in her own restaurant. But yeah, Ashley is now guaranteed for 3 more seasons now. They're basically capturing her divorce and then the aftermath, which we want to see. We want to see her date, get remarried, and possibly get pregnant again. She's only 33.
She's going to get a new house too.
Oh yeah. So I think she's set. Unlike a lot of these Real Housewives divorces, like allegedly
Oh, she's gonna have her mama move in with her to nanny.
Sheila. Sheila is the one like clicking her heels.
Sheila putting her feet up on the couch.
I clicked my heels on my video. I can't do it now because my legs aren't that flexible. I can't do that.
You can't get that leg up.
I cannot. I'm sorry. I'm too old.
She clicked them heels together 3 times and now she's home.
She didn't care for Michael, but she always cared about those pockets. But what else can we say about this situation? I think that, she confirmed it the other day. It's mutual between them. So it's going to be an amicable divorce. Allegedly, he's worth $20 million. She might get half, plus child support each month.
I think that's already planned out. I see her getting a lump sum, but a decent lump sum where it's like, okay, here you go. Great.
Now, some people are thinking that they're just doing this for a plot line, but I don't think so.
I mean, they could. They definitely could. I would not put this past them. It would also allow them to, have open lives, the open marriage, and the open legs that they've always wanted to.
Well, they've definitely overshadowed any other storyline that's going to be going on in Potomac. So
I just want to know, will Juan be filming? Is Jamal coming? No, of course not.
Yep. So I could see Potomac like airing in November. Like they basically took Real Housewives of Atlanta, like that fall spot. Like November 4th, November 1st, like that used to be Atlanta's premiere.
Because of the Vibe, everything had to change. They weren't able to film. Now when they do film, they film it all at once rather than like it's still filming while the season is airing. They don't do that anymore.
I don't know. I just think they did it because Housewives of Atlanta was just so bad. And Potomac is like the new Supreme where it's like a must watch.
The new Supreme.
That's what I think.
Okay. Well, then what is Salt Lake City?
You know what sucks? Like we might get that this year too because they just finished rapping.
Wait, but they can't have finished. Jen isn't in trial yet.
No, they already I think filmed the finale. So unless they maybe they start filming in July, maybe they'll give Jen a spinoff. I would watch that.
Give her a spinoff in prison.
Well, a spinoff during her court case.
Oh, okay.
Now, speaking of court, I mean, the Blac Chyna versus the Kardashians trial is underway, and we're getting updates every day on this trial.
I love the court illustrations. They are amazing. I need that picture of Blac Chyna framed in my house. I need it. I love that artist. That artist made her look demure and elegant. I don't know. I just find those pictures very captivating.
Which we know she's not, though. You see those finger waves that she has in the photo?
I know. In the photo, they look weird, but in the drawing, they look good. And then the photos of the Kardashians, the drawings rather of the Kardashians, the pointy noses and chin.
Yeah, so this is what's going on so far. Like the latest news was Blac Chyna said she was only joking when she pointed a gun at Rob Kardashian.
Because that's just so funny.
Right. So Michael G. Rhodes, who's representing Kim, Khloe, Kris, and Kylie, they argue Blac Chyna allegedly strangled Rob Kardashian with an iPhone charger cord and put a gun to his head on December 14, 2016.
Ain't no way you could get a thin-ass iPhone charger around his thick-ass neck. I'm sorry. The circumference of that neck is too motherfucking wide. Them cords is 2 feet long and his neck is 4 feet. I'm sorry. That couldn't have happened.
But here's the thing, I'm trying to picture Blac Chyna just what was she doing?
I imagine she jumped on his back.
Right.
It's the only way you could get that cord under the fat folds.
But yeah, some more cliff notes. Corey Gamble, I'm guessing that's the one
That's
with
the
baby making hips. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He allegedly broke up a physical altercation between Rob and Chyna on December 15, 2016. E! Network allegedly canceled Rob and Chyna because of the toxic nature of their relationship. Now, on Chyna's side, they're saying that Chris allegedly told executives that Blac Chyna beat the shit out of Rob's face. The Kardashians' illegal conduct cost Blac Chyna millions of dollars after her show was canceled. And Blac Chyna was humiliated and emotionally devastated by the Kardashians' extreme betrayal. They're arguing that all 4 defendants abused their power to get her #1 hit show canceled. The defendants' illegal conduct not only cost Chyna millions and millions of dollars, their conduct was emotionally devastating to her.
But let's also talk about the fact that Kylie Jenner stole your baby daddy and then you fucked her brother. Let's talk about that.
I mean, that's why it all started in the beginning, because she was getting petty. Also, which has been like a sideshow, is her mother, Tokyo Toni, being banned from the courtroom. Did you hear about that?
Barely.
So Blac Chyna is fighting her own battles against the Kardashian-Jenner family. According to People, the Kardashian family's attorney claimed ahead of opening statements that Toni made veiled physical threats against his client. Yeah, I'm guessing Toni went on her live and was talking about the Kardashians. Chyna's saying that she has no control over what her mom is saying. So yeah, they're just not letting her in the courtroom now. What does she have to do with this anyway? She's like a 50-year-old Jocelyn Hernandez.
So she's like Jocelyn Hernandez.
Pretty much. Like, she's an unhinged, psychotic woman. More court news, like these celebrities. So we were talking about A$AP Rocky last week, and you know, those allegations that he was cheating, I'm guessing they were false, allegedly. I don't know, that was a specific lie. That lie was too specific to be all false, in my opinion. But A$AP Rocky was detained at LAX in connection to a November 2021 shooting. Did someone put a root on A$AP Rocky?
I mean, if they are, they couldn't have put one on 45.
Yeah, or Mitch McConnell.
You know, use your powers for good, honey, wherever you are. But I was thinking the same thing. Somebody, some ex in Barbados, or maybe Drake. I could definitely see Drake calling the corners, getting it real, giving us a real craft tea. I could see him right now. I bind you, A$AP. I bind you from marrying Rihanna. Until you come back to me, everything you do is gonna fail, Rihanna.
Right. They were waiting for him at the door. Like when he landed from Barbados, because I think he was flying private, they were waiting for him at customs. They gave him a $550,000 bail.
There was a shooting that apparently wasn't made public, but he was identified as the shooter and the bullet apparently grazed the victim's left hand. I don't know why these rappers don't leave guns alone. It never works out for them. Leave them alone. Just make the music, y'all. Can't you just kill them in the song? Roberta Flack told you, kill them softly with your song.
And you know, some of these rappers, they admit to murder in the song.
That's why I keep my business out the street. And also don't murder people. You know, you do those two things, it's amazing how easy your life can be. No murders and don't tell everybody your business.
It's like these rappers, like they leave that environment, but when they actually get rich, they just bring the environment with them. And it's like, you can't do that anymore because all eyes are on you now. You can't just bop somebody that just gets on your nerves now because they can sue you and it'll be even more easier for you to go to jail.
Exactly.
Oh, and speaking of bopping people, you showed me that story today with Mike Tyson. Like, it was just like...
I could not believe the guy that was trying to hold Mike Tyson back. I'm sorry, if I see Mike Tyson whooping somebody's ass, I'll help you after the ass has been whooped. Once he's done, then I will help you. Until such time, I'm not getting my ass whooped by Mike Tyson. I'm not doing it.
Like, why would you even mess with somebody like...
that bit someone else's ear off?
Even someone who they said his hands were like lethal weapons. I don't know. Of course, this was a white person. Like, apparently, he was fanning out. Mike took a picture with him, but he kept bothering him and agitating him. And I'm guessing, you keep poking the bear. That's where the analogy comes in, Teresa. Like, you keep poking the bear, right? That's going to happen.
Mike said, okay, you met me. Now let me introduce you to my fists. This is what you want. And Mike wasn't even hitting him that hard. He was just he was like, okay, let me give you a little speed bag treatment. Let me give you a little speed bag, calm you down.
And I think this was happening in first class.
What is going on with people on planes? Is it the altitude that makes people go crazy? Like, I remember getting on planes back before the virus. You just sat there and flew. What the hell happened to just sitting there and flew? Now you got to meet other people. We got to talk.
Now, to be fair, I'm not condoning violence, y'all, because I know y'all probably going to say, oh, well, you were talking about Will Smith. Now, what Mike could have done was just alert the flight attendants and say, this person behind me is bothering me. I am in first class. I'm paying for this experience. Let him know, or else I'm going to deal with it. Like, at least try that first. But I think he took matters into his own hands. I think he shouldn't have hit the guy. You got to have some restraint. But then again, it is Mike Tyson.
Well, that guy's going to get a check.
But he didn't get arrested, though. I think Mike Tyson didn't get arrested when he got off the plane.
I think they said Mike left like immediately. So I don't know. I guess it happened either before takeoff or after landing.
Well, here's one thing. Who's going to restrain Mike Tyson, and who's going to tell him, sir, you can't leave the plane?
I ain't.
Like,
I'm gonna let the cops go to that house. No, they know where he is. I'm gonna let y'all track him down. That's y'all's job. I am not up here making $13.75. You think I'm running after that freight train? I think the fuck not, you trick ass bitch.
I think the fuck not, you trick ass bitch. Yeah, pretty much. Could you imagine like one of the pilots telling me, oh, can you tell him he can't leave? No.
I tell the pilot, look, honey, that ain't our job. That ain't our job. We will alert the authorities inside. That's their job. That ain't our job.
Right. Look.
I ain't worrying with it. I ain't mussing a pearl. You have people that were trained to deal with that. Let them earn their keep. I'm here to pass out drinks and make sure the seatbelt's fastened. That's what I do.
Oh, and you heard like the mask mandate is over in the air. I think I'm going to still fly with my mask. Here's the thing. I'm not excited that the mask mandate is over. Like, there were people cheering on the flight, like mid-flight, when they heard they don't have to wear their mask anymore.
The only reason I'm happy about this is those poor flight attendants that have to deal with the people not wanting to put on their mask, taking it off every 15 seconds, the people who end up stranded because somebody won't put on their mask, so they miss their flight because they got to take them off the plane. Just because people are being so ignorant about it, hopefully this will calm people down and make air travel a little smoother. Hopefully. It's sad that it really has to come to this where it's like, look, these people are acting like complete animals, insane animals on the plane just because of this damn mask. Maybe this will calm them down.
Because first and foremost, like, flight attendants aren't babysitters, and they basically had to be babysitters with this mask mandate. There's actually people on the no-fly list just because they didn't want to wear a mask on the plane. The no-fly
list. Oh my, you can't. So you gotta go Greyhound.
Right. Charter. So this Benzino story, have you been following that?
No, much like Althea, I don't want anything to do with him.
He's going back and forth with this trans woman who said that they've been texting amorously. I'm not sure if she's saying they've been intimate before, but God forbid to Benzino that a trans woman said she was with him. So now they've been going back and forth so much, he's now threatening her life. He's saying that you keep lying on me, I'm gonna hunt you down and I'm going to jail. He basically posted all this on social media. He just said, this person has crossed the dangerous line and I've already accepted that at 56 years old, I will die now or go to jail for the rest of my life over my name, reputation, and legacy.
Girl, you gonna die from the high blood pressure you give yourself worrying about this foolishness. You are a chicken nugget. You already have vascular issues. Your blood can barely get through the gristle as it is, which is why you've been making poor decisions since you were 35. How did you go from the owner of the source to being a cast member on Love and Hip Hop? Vascular issues, that's how.
Even if she is lying, really? You're threatening her life just over he said, she said that y'all had like a
tense relationship?
Right, she's saying that you were just interested. Is your manhood like that fragile?
Yes. He's a chicken nugget. I can't imagine much is there but a greasy lump.
And there's so many trans women that, are killed every year because of stuff like this, because the straight men that they were with don't want to claim them. This is serious. I mean, I would hand this into the authorities if I was this woman. Crazy. Like he text messaged her threatening her life and posted those text messages.
You know Benzino is crazy because we've seen how he's treated Althea, so I don't know why she thought she'd get it any different. Crazy is crazy.
Who would be even attracted to Benzino anyway?
I have been known to order a 20-piece nugget from time to time. I think it's more the nostalgia.
He looks like, I'm gonna take you back, from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. You know that brain that was inside? I think his name was Kang or something. But yes, it's the brain that was inside that little android, like with his little arms. You know what I'm talking about, though?
I know exactly what you're talking about.
I forgot if his name was Krang or Kang or something like that. I don't know.
Krang.
It's Krang?
It's Krang.
Okay. Yeah, Benzino does look like Krang. So yeah, we got a little update from the Kardashian and Blac Chyna trial. She was on the stand today and she's putting those acting skills to work. So she burst into tears while testifying about Rob Kardashian leaking sexual explicit images of her in 2017.
Oh God, they are gonna replay their entire lives for this shit. I forgot about that. Rob is still banned from Instagram to this day for posting her nudes.
Yeah, I remember that. That was really stupid of him to do that. But yeah, she said she needed a break. Where do you go to see those illustrations?
They have them on page 6.
Okay, please keep me updated on those pictures. I want to see them.
I sure will.
Anyway, let's move on with our stories. So, you said earlier in the allegedly show that Jada's business is back, right?
Jada's business is back, and the focus seems to be on Alec Baldwin because they've got Kim Basinger, and then they've got Ireland Baldwin. And I'm like, no, this man just shot somebody. Why are you gonna have his family on here just airing his business out?
Shot and killed somebody.
True.
Crazy. But of course, what's missing is the slap.
What's missing is Dwayne Mom.
So Jada actually addressed it in a statement. I'm not sure if you saw it.
No.
So she said, considering all that has happened in the last few weeks, the Smith family has been focusing on deep healing. Some of the discoveries around our healing will be shared at the table when the time calls. Until then, the table will continue offering itself to powerful, inspiring, and healing testimonies like that of our incredibly impressive first guest. Thanks for joining us, Jada. This is some bullshit.
They got so much backlash for trying to get a coin off the slap, they can't bring it up. That's what happened. The advertiser said, we ain't gonna touch this because it's gonna look like we're promoting violence because we paying you to talk about his slap. You need to go on ABC for free.
I don't like this because I compared it on my channel that it was like Wendy Williams not wanting to talk about her marriage during Hot Topics when she was like a hot topic herself. Like, you can't talk about all these people's business and marriage woes, but you can't address your own. So with Jada, you can't tell us all your business. Like, didn't she say we know her masturbating habits. We know her masturbating habits, but you can't talk about the slap and what happened? And how are y'all dealing with this? How Will is? Y'all address everything but this. So
And Dwayne Martin.
stop it.
The $1 million loan hasn't stopped. Now we cool. You giving me $1 million loan.
I don't know what to say about Dwayne Martin. Dwayne Martin is gonna stay in the back closet where they keep him. You ain't gonna hear nothing about that. But
So
you know,
he'll never be out like August with his entanglement.
I just think it's a bad idea for Jada not to address it. What's the difference between you telling us all your other business and you can't talk about this?
What we want to hear about.
Right. So I'm very disappointed that they don't want to talk about this because this deep healing. What is that?
It is bedroom candy, one of the larger editions.
All I'm hearing is like a massage or something, like a deep healing tissue massage.
A massager is being used for their deep healing, deep penetrating healing.
Deep penetration, that's what's going on. Deep penetration is helping that deep healing. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Ain't nothing but a weekend with Dwayne Martin.
I would have messed up my computer. I would have sent you a bill. Oh my God. I almost messed up my computer.
You were laughing. You're like, I'm gonna hold this in.
Remind me not to drink water when you're talking. Shit. Anyway, do you want to get to Miss NeNe Leakes now?
Why not? So NeNe Leakes is suing NBC Universal, Bravo, and Truly Original Productions for a hostile work environment where people were allowed to make racially insensitive remarks and were rewarded rather than admonished for it. She also is claiming that she was forced out of the series when it renewed for its 13th season.
She's also suing Andy too.
Oh yes, Andy. However, she's not suing the woman who made the racial insensitive remarks, Kim Zolciak. Now,
Right.
It may be because she knows that heifer ain't got a penny to her overspending name, so it would be nothing but a worthless judgment and a waste of time. However, it just, to me, seems odd. Now, I'm not going to disagree that Kim made some racially insensitive remarks. She absolutely did. But you stayed with Bravo for years. Kim came back to the show, then left again. You still stayed with Bravo. Then you meet up with her after you've been let go from the show. You meet up with her at your lounge, and said, oh, me and her should do a show together. The same woman you said made these racially insensitive remarks to you. The problem is there is no consistency in the case, and I feel most jurors would feel the same, black or white. They would really be confused as to the timeline of events because now you're suing, not even when you first got pushed out, but now 2 years later, now.
She said that she heard multiple racist remarks from co-star Kim Zolciak, including the N-word. Her attorney said the defendants violated federal employment and anti-discrimination laws with their conduct. Not a day goes by that NeNe doesn't wake up with an onslaught of overwhelming emotion. And Leakes said that speaking out about the racist behavior and support of Black Lives Matter factored in her being forced off the series in 2020. I really don't believe that at all because they had a whole episode in season 13 dedicated to George Floyd, I believe, when they were at the vacation destination.
Exactly. It was Portia Luther King, not NeNe Luther King. But NeNe, you didn't come back early in season 13 because you whooped ass at the end of season 12. Remember when you snatched that producer and kicked that cameraman? I remember, and so does Pepperidge Farm.
He lost a tooth, didn't he?
Yes, and you pushed Portia, a pregnant woman.
Did she forget that?
We didn't.
and
also, you weren't friends with anybody on the show. Portia was done with you. Kenya couldn't stand you. You wasn't messing with Marlo. You had broken up with Cynthia. So there was nobody for you to film with.
I agree. And here are some things that she said, because this is all dedicated to Kim Zolciak in this post. She said that she's talking about shit that Kim said in season 1. Like, she's giving, these are the examples. She's saying, Kim said, I don't want to sit around with NeNe and eat chicken. I don't know. Like, did you take that racially offensive when you first heard it?
I felt like it could have an undertone. It's one of those, that's a perfect example of a microaggression where you can say, well, you eat chicken at a barbecue. Come on now.
Right.
You can't say, well, it would be odd not to have chicken at a barbecue, because it would. Although, what was her name? The one who had the barbecue. She was barely on the show.
Was she a friend of the show?
DeSarah Rain. Deshaun Snow. Snow, that's what it was. Not DeSarah Rain, Deshaun Snow.
It was Deshaun's barbecue. You're right. It was Deshaun's barbecue.
She said they had lamb and beef. They didn't have any chicken. Or lamb and shrimp. I would have wanted some chicken. I like barbecue chicken.
I do too. She also says Zolciak Biermann made more racially offensive and stereotypical remarks during the show's 5th season. NeNe Leakes says that she used the N-word in reference to her and other cast members amid a fight. She brings up Kandi, saying that after Kandi purchased the new home, Leakes told the court Zolciak dubbed the neighborhood birds lived in as ghetto. And this is all on the show, I guess. Zolciak called her home a roach nest and lied in implying that NeNe Leakes was a drug user. In NeNe's suit, she reported the slew of racial remarks to the show's executives, who did not terminate their relationship with Zolciak, nor take any more meaningful action to put an end to her racially offensive behavior. It's not adding up, because NeNe went harder at trying to get her Black co-stars fired than Kim. Like, this whole suit, this whole frivolous lawsuit exposes NeNe as a hypocrite, an opportunist, and a self-saboteur, in my opinion. Shout out to Dustin Ross, who put out the receipts. He said that in just 5 months ago, NeNe went on The Real and said that she would go back on the show. She would go sit down with Andy so they can talk it out. Which is it?
And then when Andy came on the show, he wouldn't even say her name.
Right. And then 6 months ago, her and Kim Zolciak was on stage together, hugging and, putting their hands up like they were Joe and Kamala. Which is it? Like, so are you and Kim friends now? And wasn't Kim at Greg's wake?
Yep.
So I don't get it. Kim is just this horrible racist who got away with murder, but you're still friends with her. It really sucks, because NeNe really just threw like her legacy away. She's an icon, but it's really terrible. Like, I think she beat out Azalea Banks for being the biggest self-saboteur in entertainment.
Damn.
Like, NeNe, I'm very disappointed in you. Like, I try. Like, I will always give her props. She is the greatest housewife of all time. She is an icon. She was the moment. But other than that, like, you're a fool. That's it. That's all I got to say. She is a fool.
I agree. I don't see a strong case. And I also see, if she is awarded damages, I could see them being like, okay, here's $20,000. Now, meanwhile, you didn't spend $300,000 trying to sue them.
Right. I don't know. I think she could have at least got them to settle or something. Well, I don't think it's too late for them to settle.
No, it's not. But I don't know how much she thinks she's going to get.
She will never work in this town again, I think. I don't think people want to take chances on her.
Yeah, NeNe, well, she's going to have to stay on low-budget WeTV reality or BET reality just to keep people coming to the Lenithia Lounge paying $20 for parking.
I'm really curious what Bravo and Andy have to say, but they've really been quiet on it.
They don't have shit to say because they don't give a fuck.
That's true. I mean, you have an all-Black ensemble cast. Like, if they felt that there was racism going on, it would have been done and over with.
I feel the same way, because there was just one Kim Zolciak. I don't think that Kandi would have tolerated it. I don't think Cynthia would have tolerated it. I don't think any of the other women that would have had to have heard this would have tolerated it. It's like, so NeNe, you heard Kim say it, but nobody else heard it. Nobody else Black heard it.
especially Kenya. You think Kenya, Candy,
Ooh,
and Cynthia would take that? Like they would have been like, okay, we're off the show if she's on this show anymore. Actually, NeNe was the one that campaigned for Kim to come back. NeNe campaigned for Kim to come back. It is out there. Somebody find the clip. Somebody find the clip.
it's the inconsistency. It's just too many inconsistencies. That's all there is to it.
There was a point when she kept bragging about how she was the highest paid housewife amongst all franchises. What happened with that, you know?
Oh, that's true too. And also, they got rid of the veteran housewives before they fired NeNe. They were cleaning house in Beverly Hills. They were cleaning house in New York, cleaned house in so you can look across the franchise and see several other highly paid white women that they got rid of because the salaries got too top heavy.
And speaking of salaries, remember when like Atlanta was like, it was the biggest reality show on television.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, the women, of course, they wanted to get raises, but NeNe wasn't even worried about that. She was like, I'm the highest paid. Fuck y'all bitches. Like they could have, like I always say, they could have got together like the Friends cast and demanded higher salaries because they were putting Bravo on the map. NeNe cared about herself. She didn't care about the other women.
You know, that is true. They could have banded together and demanded $1 million an episode.
Well, not $1 million episode, but at least like everyone can get a $500,000 raise or something. Because they get paid a lump sum for the season. They don't get paid per episode like they do now, I think.
And they don't get residuals.
Ooh, see, they could have like did something like that, like at least fought for something. But NeNe always cared about herself, always. So yeah, I don't think she's gonna get nothing. But this trial, I don't even think it's gonna like even start until maybe the beginning of 2025. Like, look at the Blac Chyna situation.
Oh, that's been going on forever.
She sued them 3 years ago. Jesus, like they are not worried about that. We'll be on season 16 of Atlanta when this trial starts.
Damn.
When you put it into perspective, we'll both be 40. I'm just saying.
Oh my God.
Damn. I hear you.
Oh, that's right. I am going to be 40.
Well, you'll be 42. I'll be 40. Kidding.
Well, we'll both be in our 40s. That's the thing. Right. We will have changed decades. This lawsuit will have been going on for so long. Can NeNe afford to keep the retainer on her lawyers for that time?
Exactly. That's what I want to know. So what was your thoughts on Basketball Wives? Because I don't think we talked about it. We got the first trailer. We got the promo picture with all of them on there. Are you excited about everybody coming back?
I'm looking forward to Jackie Crazy.
Jackie Crazy. Wacky Jackie.
Malaysia Pargo. If you're not going to throw a table, you could have stayed home. You really could have stayed home. Your personality is like an Ambien. I am looking forward to seeing you again, Jennifer Williams. It's been a while. That's how we started. Remember, people would say that.
Apparently, I talk like Jennifer. I don't know why. Like Evelyn. I can't even do her voice. That's why I'm just like, how do people think I sound like her?
I don't know. I never heard it, but you can do you can do an impression of her, but I never heard it. But
it's supposed to be a sisterhood. What did she say? We're supposed to be I don't feel this.
Yep. Brandy Maxine, Brown Gel Queen.
I missed her though. She was the only one that stood up to Shawnee and Tammy.
That is true. Tammy sadly will not be here. I wanted to see Tammy, but I get that she's moved on to bigger and better things, and I'm happy for her.
Mm-hmm.
British. I mean, I am looking forward to the people seeing what happens when you play with PPP, because she gets arrested for fraud on the show. Fraud.
Oh, wow.
Yes. Angel Brinks, I don't know who you are related to.
Well, Angel Brinks has come up since she's been on Basketball Wives. So she makes a lot of like the performance stage apparel for a lot of artists now. I want to say Cardi B and other people. Like she makes a lot of stage wear.
That's fabulous, but why is she being thrust into the spotlight in this arena? Why doesn't she just have a show about making stage wear? That would be interesting. It could be like Project Runway meets, Drag Race or what have you. It could be that. Like, do your own shit on HGTV. Why are you over on VH1 with the chicken heads and the pigeons?
So is it called Chicken Heads and Pigeons, or is it going to be called Hoop Dreams and Heifers?
I think they're interchangeable.
Let's call it Heifers and Hoop Dreams.
Heifers and Hoop Dreams.
And Jackie is the only one that's married to a basketball player, right?
Mm-hmm.
No one else.
Nobody else is or has been married. Well, no, Malaysia Pargo was married. She at least is a divorcee.
Wasn't Duffy engaged?
She was engaged the last time she was on, and she's still engaged now.
To the same person?
Oh, I don't know. It might be to the same person, or she could have found a new loser who won't marry her.
Well, after careful consideration, I've decided that I will be reviewing this show. Hopefully I don't regret it, but I will be reviewing it. I'm familiar with everybody on the cast except for British. I've never seen her before.
She was terrible on her one season, and her man played overseas. And I feel like if your man plays overseas, you really don't count. You just don't count.
Well, I'm looking forward to reviewing it, and it just can't be any worse than last season, if you even can call last season a season.
It was awful. Oh, but thank goodness they didn't bring back Jaundice B, Phoebe.
Oh, God. I forgot all about her. I forgot she existed.
Well, I just hope that she gets better. All right, well, those were today's top stories, and I'll see you sooner than Jackie Christie's next wedding to Doug.
And I'll see you sooner than NeNe Leakes ever sees a check from Bravo.
Oh.